Well, it's time to clean up that yard and clean out the basement and maybe a few things around the house, because a spring cleanup weekend is on its way. And here to tell us more about this year's event is Jerry Pickett, Street Superintendent. Jerry, great having you again.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay, well, as I said, it's right around the corner, coming up at the end of this month. Can you tell us about this year's event?
Yeah, it's actually going to be Friday. It's just 2 days again. So we're going to do Friday, the April 26th, Saturday, April 27th. The hours are kind of changed, but we're actually going a little longer. So we're going to go from 9 in the morning till 7 at night. So people that get off 5 o'clock can still make it on Friday night, and then they can finish on Saturday. So again, it helps them on their time and allows them more time to get here.
Okay, so to give folks an idea of kind of what to expect for this event, we're back to multiple sites. I know last year things had kind of pared down a little bit, but we've reopened a few things. So let's go through the different sites and the options that folks have. First one's site number 1, which is where we're at today. It's just north of Island Grove, the Island Grove Park area here. And what can folks bring to this section of it?
Really, I mean, they can bring anything. The reason we have the household hazardous waste site is they can bring almost anything else here except for household hazardous waste and then tree limbs and that, or organics. The Cycle Center is going to open back up on East 8th Street again, and so they'll be open those same hours we are out here, so they can bring their stuff out there. So we ask people to separate and take all their organics out there, bring all their trash and furniture, anything else they have to this site, number 1 where we're at, and then the other stuff they can take up to household hazardous waste, and that's motor oil, paint, any of that kind of stuff. They ask not to take empty containers, because then they just have to throw them away. Empty containers are okay as long as they're dried out. You can throw that in your regular trash, so they don't want those. And then the other side is over on 11th Avenue and 3rd Street, and that's where cardboard, paper, plastic, number 1 and 2 plastic and that. So they might have to visit all 4 sites, but they're pretty close. The furthest one's out, on East 8th Street, but they can go straight out there if they just have, the organic waste.
Okay, now so actually there's about 4 sites. I do want to mention there's fees associated with this, and a few other qualifiers, such as must be Greeley residents. So can you tell us what the fees are, at least in general? So site number 1 here, it's about $10?
Yeah, the site here is $10, and it's for any pickups and single axle trailers and that. If they have a truck or something bigger than that, or a double axle trailer, they can go to City Hall. They can buy a coupon for $30,
okay,
or they can buy them that day, either day out here, and that allows them admission to the landfill up in Alt. And then that way they can take anything they want up there, unless they have tree limbs and that, and then we want them to take it out to the site that's out on East 8th Street, the organic site.
Okay, so let's talk about that one. It's back open. That's the Grove Center, which is the Greeley Organic Waste Center, and that's opening back up April 1st, I believe, so this month. So folks can take their tree limbs and leaves and those organics out that way. So we're really wanting people to separate that from what would come here to site number 1, head out to site number 2.
Exactly, yeah, it's open. We want people to get used to using it again. It was too bad that it closed last year, but there's a new company that took it over, so it is a private company that the city hired to do that, and they have their own fees. We have nothing to do with that, so you'll have to pay whatever their fees are, but we have flyers that we'll distribute, and the fees are on there.
Okay, good. And that's definitely one of the things we want to keep in mind for folks who are watching. There's a $10 entry fee for the site number 1, which is the main one, and then there's additional and different fees. They're minimal. They've reduced them for the event, which is great for folks who are trying to get things cleaned up for the season. And we want to mention that many of these sites are year-round. The Grove Center, the Household Hazardous Waste, and the Downtown Recycling Center.
Yeah, correct. The only thing that's just on this weekend is this site where we're at right now. Everything else is open year-round. They have different hours, but you can call that county. Well, county's the one that does the household hazardous waste site, so you can get a hold of them on that. And the center there with the cardboard and all that stuff, it's open Monday through Friday. They can do that. The other thing we don't want to forget either, we're not going to take electronics here this year again. Okay. Actually, Schaefer Center, we'll take them. There could be a small fee, but they'll take them. You can get a hold of them. And they're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. And you can take all your electronic stuff at that location. The other thing they're going to do, another site, but they're going to do the national, what's that? It's a national, what's it called? Prescription drug, go ahead.
Right, the prescription drug take back. This is something that they've done over the years. This is with the Greeley Police Department. They've done this over the last several years, but it's kind of worked to where their event is happening at the same time as ours. So while you're cleaning out your backyard and your garage and that, you can also clean out that medicine cabinet and get rid of those prescription drugs that maybe been sitting there for a while or you just don't need anymore. And that's at the Greeley Police Department. And as Jerry was mentioning, they're also going to have shredding available that day with Schaefer, who's going to be there. So if you have those documents or that paperwork or those old bills that we all seem to hold on to, you can make sure that you take that there. So now that we've mentioned all of that, let's highlight again real quick when the dates are, and then if there's a phone number or website folks can go to.
Okay. Again, it's going to be Friday, April 26th, and Saturday, April 27th. The hour is going to be from 9 o'clock in the morning until 7 at night. And they can go to the city Greeley website, but then they can call Street Division, and the number is 350-9336, and we'll answer any questions they can. But we want to just encourage people, clean up your properties. That just helps beautify the city, and this is just an economical way of getting it. If you have to go to the landfill anymore, you'll know the price, and it's a whole lot cheaper doing that. So we encourage them to come out. And you can't expect some lines. I mean, it's hard when you get that many people because we only have one entrance and one exit. So allow plenty of time, to get in and out. And we'll just encourage everybody to come out.
All right. Well, Jerry, thank you so much for being here today. We'll see you out here.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
All right. So again, make sure that you're cleaning up your house and your yard and get on out to the spring cleanup weekend.